Good Sunday evening, everyone, and particularly Market Chameleons, but anyone joining our webinars for the first time, thanks for coming by and checking out this Market Chameleon sponsored webinar with Dan Passarelli from Maker Taker Mentoring. We are going to be talking everything earnings tonight with Dan, but before we get this started, please read the disclaimer, because neither Market Chameleon or Dan or anyone communicating on the show is a registered investment advisor. So if you need advice, please read the information below and seek out a seasoned registered investment advisor. And with that, we're hoping Dan Passarelli is going to join us at any moment. It is 6 o'clock. As he's coming in, let me know you can hear everything that I'm saying. You can put that in the chat. We have people watching on YouTube from all over the world. We also have people joining the webinar. So Dan, you just want to turn on your video. You can see
yes, sir.
There he is, Dan Passarelli. And we have people coming in now. Let us know where you're from. My name is Will McBride. I'm one of the co-founders of Market Chameleon. Dan is a co-trader, founder of Market Taker Mentoring. He's been a longtime friend of the Chameleon community and is nice enough to do an earnings-focused webinar for us this evening. And with that, Dan, I'll let you say hello to the community and let everyone know a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, I'm Dan Passarelli. How you feeling today? Thanks for attending this session, and a very special thanks to Will for inviting me. I'm really looking forward to this. We do this a lot with the Chameleons, and I'm excited about it.
Awesome.
All right. So each of us has the power within us to make trading a source of continuous wealth. And today I'm going to share with you how to unlock that power. I'm going to share with you how you can replace uncertainty with confidence so you can profit consistently no matter what the market is doing using this simple, data-driven, real money proven earnings trading system that hundreds of our students have used to go from that demoralized feeling we've all felt at some time to that feeling of satisfaction and self-assurance that we all know is possible. And that's really powerful. This can literally transform your life. The technique I'm going to share with you makes it all possible. It uses my proprietary earnings trading system. And at the end of this presentation, I'll share how you can take the next step so that you can start getting immediate results. Sound like a pretty fair deal?
Sounds fair to me, Dan.
All right. So this is a pictorial representation of who I am, what I do, some of the organizations I've worked with. I traded for years now on the floor of the Chicago Board Options Exchange, wrote two of the most popular books on option trading, worked with every major options broker and exchange as well, and get to be on TV a lot, which is kind of fun. But enough about me. Let's jump into this. Goldman Sachs was up 31% over this 12-month period. I have a question for you. And I'm gonna ask you to actually answer this question. So get ready. I know the YouTubers have a little delay. Would you be happy with a 31% return in a year? Go and hit that chat box for me. Let me open up this chat box. Would you be happy with a 31% return in a year? Not a rhetorical question. Taking a little poll here. Hopefully we'll get a couple of people jumping in. I know some of you are going to watch the recording of this. Maybe some of you are watching YouTube. It's a little bit of a delay. And well, while we're waiting, let me just jump into it. 31% a year is tough for some people. But what if I told you that there's a strategy where it doesn't matter if the market goes up or down, is volatile or calm, and you can still make money consistently and potentially really good money? Well, here's the big news. Traders can do better than returns like these in all markets, and you have to. Interest rates are near zero. That's bad for banks. People are worried about inflation. The markets are rational. It's bad for money managers. But do you know what saved firms like Goldman Sachs lately? Their trading units. So take a look here. Goldman has 36,600 employees. average salary is $367,564 a year. That comes out to $13.5 billion in salaries. And that's before bonuses. That's where traders make the big money. In order for Goldman to pay $13.5 billion a year, then those big bonuses, all the overhead, and still retain enough money to grow their company by 31% in a year, Goldman must make hundreds of percent a year. And these are the kinds of trades professional traders make. And that's why they make 300 or 400 grand a year before those gigantic bonuses. When I started on the trading floor, I started with a $30,000 trading account. Making trades like this daily, weekly, monthly enabled me to turn that $30,000 well into the seven-figure area. And that's more than 31%. This is what's possible. This is what traders are doing every day. And it's not just professional traders. This was Vic. He was one of our student traders who traded our earnings system. Vic said, I've only been trading for about a year in spite of all the challenges, huge market up and down swings throughout the year and all the crazy stuff happening. I actually did pretty well overall, increasing my account value by over 30% between June 20th, when he went live, and the end of the year. That comes out to a 60% annualized return. And he was brand new to option trading. Imagine what you could do with a little training. There's several advantages to earnings trades. First of all, they're market independent. We don't care about direction. We don't care if stock goes up or down. They're very short term on each trade, which limits the broad market exposure. It doesn't matter what the S&P 500 is doing. There's potentially greatly leveraged profits. There's an extremely simple yes/no test to screen the trades, and opportunities are concentrated in a very short period of time. Now, the biggest week of opportunities starts tomorrow, October 23rd. There are literally hundreds of earnings of companies announcing earnings every day next week, hundreds every day. I like to call that week, that big week of the quarter, money week, because there's so many opportunities, and opportunities are the lifeblood of trading, right? It's having an investor's mentality. We are at the beginning of a life-changing time to trade. So when is the best time to be prepared? It starts tomorrow. You want to be ready for it, don't you? Right now is the time to get started, isn't it? And the most important thing about earnings trades is simply that they work. And it wasn't until I was a trader, like most of the traders here attending this webinar, trading in a regular non-professional trading account, that I discovered the power of time spreads for trading earnings. Now, ironically, after trading thousands of time spreads on the trading floor and honing my skills with them, I started learning the last 10% nuance that pushed the power of time spreads over the top for me in sort of a unique way, I guess. So long story short, this is probably about 8 years ago or so. I found myself on the phone with a producer from Bloomberg Television, and he wanted to interview me on the trading floor. And I was pretty excited. You know, I'd never done that before. And so I said, okay, what do you want to talk about? He said, well, Dan, Apple has earnings coming out tomorrow, and we want you to give our audience a trade idea to trade Apple going into earnings. And I was like, uh-oh, because you probably don't know this. Most people don't, but most professional traders actually don't trade earnings. At the height of my trading career, I was in the top 5 most profitable traders in our entire company. It's like 50 of us. My boss would have let me trade anything I wanted with his money, as big as I wanted. That's how much he trusted me, except I was never allowed to have a position going into earnings. Why? Because it's the most unpredictable day of the quarter. No one can predict the direction on earnings. They can outperform, they can beat analyst expectations and still go down, and vice versa. So I'd never made an earnings trade at that point. So I told the guy, here, hold on a second. Let me call you right back. Because for those of you who know me, I always put my money where my mouth is. If I'm going to talk about a trade that I like on global television in front of hundreds of millions of people, it's going to be a trade that I have on. So I went over to my trading station and I looked for a trade that made sense. And I was like, well, I can't buy calls or puts because you can't predict direction. I guess the same goes for covered calls or cash secured puts, and same goes for credit spreads. Geez, what can I do here? So then I looked at a time spread. I was like, wait a second, it was actually a great trade. I immediately put the trade on, called the guy back, did the interview, the trade made money, and I was hooked after that. Later, I came across some data that you'll hear about in a minute that then gave me the black and white proof that this was no fluke. When the right criteria are met, this is a genuine consistency trade that can be used over and over again to crank out consistent profits with confidence during specific periods of the year, particularly earnings season, which we are in the heart of officially as of tomorrow. Now I'm going to give you a crash course on time spreads. Time spread is when a trader buys a longer term option, sells a shorter term option. Both options have the same strike. Boom. That's literally everything you need to know. And the data show that these usually work out great on earnings trades, as you'll see on the next slide, when certain criteria are met. And that's really important. I'm definitely not saying just go and trade to a time spread on every single earnings play. It'd be a disaster. It wouldn't work. But when certain criteria are met, these work great. Now, other times when other criteria are met, we use straddles or some other strategy. Those trigger maybe less than 5% of the time. So mostly we're going to stick to time spreads, and let's look at why. Now, there's a lot of data here. Don't get too hung up on trying to read all the numbers. Later, I'll explain how to simplify all this. For now, here's what's important. If you sell a short-term option the day before an earnings event, they lose value greatly once earnings are announced the next trading session, which is good because you're short them. Now, longer term options also lose their value between putting them on the day before an earnings announcement and then after. But the key element of this observation is that the short-term options lose way more value than the longer-term ones. So what that means, and what this essentially proves, is that when certain criteria are met, trading time spreads around an earnings event is effectively a long-run, consistent winning strategy. And you can see the results here. Now, this is one of the areas where Market Chameleon really comes in to how I trade earnings and how I teach our students to trade earnings. Our earnings class is by far the most profitable class for me, and I believe probably our students as well, of all the techniques that we teach. Now, I used to teach this class and hand calculate the gaps, which I'll tell you a little bit more about in a second. And it took a while to make every trade. Not to mention finding the earnings trading candidates. And someone recommended to me, as I recall, Market Chameleon. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not familiar with them. I'll check them out. And holy cow, I was so grateful to have come across them because the system's so much easier to trade now. I can just get a list, run some filters and get a nice, clean, easy list of all the stocks that have earnings coming out. I use it to model the trades out to get the modeled and durable gap. Now this takes less than 3 minutes a trade, and you'll get the opportunity to see how it works in just a few minutes. Now, these are basically the steps to follow through earnings season. And there's a few details involved, but this is basically the gist of it. So write this down. Now, first, we find all the stocks that have earnings listed on them and have earnings coming out after the close today or before the open tomorrow morning. Are you with me? Yes, it's important. We can find several trades a day, and sometimes there are hundreds of opportunities. For example, the week starting tomorrow and the week after that and the week after that, there are literally hundreds a day. Now, we screen those trades using the yes-no screen technique. to see if we should continue on with the potential trade. And this is your first step. This will literally save you hours and hours of your precious time and make your life so much better. Not to mention, it'll ensure you're only trading the best trades, the ones with edge, meaning they have a statistical advantage in your favor. So your win rate increases and your winners are bigger. You like this? Now, so we only continue on with the trades that have a positive term structure of volatility. And the greater the disparity in the term structure, the better. And this step is critical. This is what I did on the trading floor every day and then put it into our earnings trading system to make it simple for anyone to follow. So next we run the is-was check by modeling the spread on tomorrow's days with a variant vol crush on both the short-term and the long-term option based on a partial reversion to the mean, but also relative to realized volatility. And then we compare that to the past to get the modeled endurable gap, okay? The modeled endurable gap is just my way of making this completely foolproof, so it's super easy for you. Once you have that, you'll know exactly which trades to put on and which to stay away from. Now, here's where most people go wrong. We put on the time spread the session immediately before earnings. This is less than a 24-hour trade, and that's critical. We follow the MTM proprietary earnings trade technique that I just shared and exit the trade at the precise time the following day. And everybody screws that part up, but I'll share with you later how to get the timing exactly right. And then you just keep doing this. Then it's just rinse, wash, repeat. So this is a trade that I made in a past earnings season. I went through that checklist that I just shared with you, and it triggered this trade. And so what I did is I bought 12 of the Uber March 11th 40 calls at 307. And at the same time, as part of one trade, a calendar or a time spread, I also sold 12 of the February 11th 40 calls at $2.12. So I paid 95 cents total for this. The market closed, earnings came out. The next morning, market opens, and I wait for three things to happen. And once they do, I could put in my order and it filled at $1.31. I invested 95 cents. The trade made 36 cents. And that turns out to be a 37.9% profit overnight. Now let's make this more tangible. If you bought 12 contracts, you'd have invested $1,140 and made $432 profit. Now factor in commissions. And of course, this is a pretty solid trade, right? Now notice, and this is important, I paid 95 cents for this trade, but at the time it was offered at 98 cents. Sometimes with a trade like this, it's tough to do what's called middling the market, which I'll talk more about in just a second, because the bid-ask spreads are so wide, especially on closing the trade, which is almost always the case with earnings trades. But using our technique of middling the market, the profit can sometimes be like 20 cents better, which would be around an extra $240 more on a 12 lot like this. So this stuff is really important. Now, in reality, managing the bid-ask spread is where most people go wrong. People leave thousands of dollars on the table every earnings season by not doing this one part right. This is a skill that can change a trade or a trader from being just okay at this to being great. So now I want to make this very realistic and show you exactly how this works in real life when you're trading an earnings trade, where you can middle the market with the technique that we teach. These are some screenshots of my account on an earnings trade I made in a past season. This is BMY. So I went through the checklist. It triggered this trade in BMY. So I bought 20 of the 19th 58 calls at $1.59. sold 20 of the October 29th, 58 calls at $1.05. But now notice that these calls that I bought at $1.59, they were offered at $1.61 at the time, 2 cents less, or 2 cents more. I paid 2 cents less. And these calls that I sold at $1.05, they were bid at $1.03. I sold them 2 cents better there. So I made this trade like 4 cents better than a typical trader would make. So, I mean, on a 20 lot, like that's $80 already in my pocket. Now, where this really gets tricky though, is on the exits. That's where you really have to have this technique down. So here's what happens. Let's talk about that exit. After I bought the calls, the market closed, earnings comes out. Next morning it opens. I wait for 3 things to happen. When they do, I can put in my closing order and it triggers. And I ended up selling these calls at 76 cents. I got the first 18 right away, and then I just waited a couple minutes and got the other ones. That comes out to a $440 profit in money terms, or 40.7% overnight in one day, less than 24 hours. This is the shortest term trade that we make. So now, hey, look, made 37.9% overnight on the first trade, 40.7% on the second trade. This is amazing. Do all trades work out to be like 40% profit? No, you will have some that lose. And I think it's important for you to understand how that works too. So let's take a look. So this is a trade that, again, I made. I went through the checklist. It triggered this trade in Caterpillar. I put it on. I bought a total of 3 here. They broke it out into 2 separate trades here, but it's a total of 3. Of the May 20, 215 calls at 828, sold 3 of the April 29th, 215 calls at 442, total of $3.86. So same thing. Market closes, earnings comes out, it opens the next day, and man, exactly what I didn't want to see happen happened. It just went totally against me. Did I panic? No. This is a system. There's no emotion involved. There's no guessing involved. We simply wait until the 3 things that need to happen, and they do happen throughout the day. And once they do, we put in our closing order. And even though it just went massively against me, I was able to get out at $3.60, a $78 loser, or a nice manageable 7% loss on that trade. And I've literally made hundreds of these trades. Here's another example so you get a good flavor for this. This is in pen. Went through the checklist, put on this trade, bought 10 of the Feb 18 46 calls at 302, sold 10 of the February 4th 46 calls at 224, a total of 78-cent debit. Market closes, earnings comes out, opens the next day, 3 things happen, having my order to sell it at 111, which comes out to a $330 profit, or 42.3% overnight, less than 24 hours. Now, the key here is consistency, driving consistent profits. Because look, if you can make $330 on one trade, $440 on another, $750 on another, you lose $70 on another, and there are hundreds of opportunities in a week. How much money do you think you can make in just one single week, like this coming week, by trading this strategy, right? And that's why a consistent system is so powerful. If you can follow a checklist, finding, analyzing, setting up, and making the trade is simple. And closing the trade simple too. We simply take it off the next day, but it requires a little nuance. Management is key. Management makes money. That's the 3 M's of trading. And in a moment, I'll share a resource to make those nuances super simple. This is a system, and that's why this is easy. Work the system works. Let's talk about realistic expectations. So you take the actions to make the things that happen in your life what it is, right? Do you believe that's true? Do you believe that the actions you choose determine your future? Yes. And if you don't take action, if you do nothing, nothing changes, right? You can't make a profit if you never make the investment. Profitable trading's a reality for many traders. We have traders in our online community chat room who are some of our top money-making students. They're really successful, regular folks, just like you and me, who post their trades real time for all to see, who have made the decision to be profitable, to simply do it. They made that choice. And by the way, I'll reveal how you can get free access to that MTM community chat room for 6 months in just a minute. How often can I find trades like this? All throughout earnings season. There are hundreds to look at over the next 5 weeks. Are these trades, are these returns common? Yes, I literally showed you screenshots of trades I actually made. And earnings trades can yield highly leveraged returns with low risk. What if the trade doesn't work out? I shared that with you too. They're not all going to, but risk is limited. And more importantly, manageable. And that can be a small fraction of possible gains. So here is how to make this happen. This is the total earnings domination all access premium package. And in this course, I'm going to share with you how to replace uncertainty with confidence so you can profit consistently no matter what the stock market's doing using my simple data-driven, real money proven total earnings domination system. And here's just some of what you'll learn. How to easily scan the market for earnings trades, where to get real-time data that pinpoint the winningest earnings trades, the best time of day for entries and exits, which is extremely important, the yes-no screen technique blueprint, how to calculate the modeled endurable gap, which is the heart of this whole thing, how to manage the wide bid-ask spreads, especially on closing the trade, which is one of the keys to making this whole thing work. You now have a new opportunity to trade more consistently using a strategy that works in all market conditions, to get a blueprint for earnings trading and watch live setups of earnings trades so you can easily follow along with me, and to make the next few weeks your top performing weeks yet. So let's talk about who this is not for. This is not for people looking for a get-rich-quick scheme or gamblers. Yes, it's possible to make a lot of money in a short period of time, but I want to be clear. This is not gambling. This is not guessing. I've done the math. You just follow along. You trade with a mathematical edge like a professional trader, and it's completely simplified so anyone can do it. It's also not for people who would rather spend time and money and endure losses to learn on their own over years and years of time. This is the fast track. Your time is valuable, and this is an exciting earnings season to be part of. It's also not for wishy-washy procrastinators, but I know that that's not you, because you are here on a Sunday night investing your time in yourself. So who is this for? This is for you. If you want more consistency, this is for you. If you want low risk trades with high profit potential, this is for you. If you can follow a few simple steps, this is for action takers. And for my action takers, I'm going to make this really easy for you. This is our total earnings domination 6-month all access premium package. First, let me share what you're going to get with this class. You begin with the Secrets to Trading Earnings Bootcamp video. I'm going to put 30 years of my experience into your head with one short video. This is the keys to the kingdom. That's a $2,995 value. Why? Because if you can make the kind of money we're talking about consistently on daily trades throughout this earnings season and for the rest of earnings seasons this year and forever, this small one-time investment can pay you over and over again for a lifetime. And as you can see, there is no auto renewal on any of this. I want to get you up and running fast. So I created the Total Earnings Domination Accelerator video course. These short videos will give you all the information you need to get started right away. But we also want you to literally have this mastered. So you're also getting our 4-part on-demand video masterclass, earnings trading techniques that I learned in my 2 decades on the CBOE trading floor. You'll know exactly what to do every time. This puts the power into your hands. And isn't it important to you to make sure that you can actually put this knowledge to use, that you can actually do it? Well, today you're going to get hands-on training. Starting tomorrow, you will log in and watch me trade live with a real money trading account. So you'll see exactly what to do as you follow along with me as I reveal all of my top picks and explain how and why. You'll literally see the system being traded in the live market, and you'll make your first trade together with me as a group. This is the ultimate hands-on training. This is an all-access premium package for $8,086, but I created a couple more bonuses I'd like to share. To start with, I want to make sure this works for everyone, regardless of your experience level as an options trader. Even if you're brand new to options, to make sure this works for you, today you're going to get the Options Impact Quick Start video course. This on-demand course levels the playing field for beginner option traders. Covers everything you need to begin trading options confidently. Even if you've never traded an option before, you'll be able to start trading like someone who's been trading successfully for years and put you on the fast track to maximize your gains this earnings season. Meet Jill from Cincinnati, Ohio. She joined our class a bit ago. One of the first trades she did together with us in the live coaching sessions. She bought a Microsoft time spread that met our criteria, as did I and some of the other students in the class. She bought the spread at $2.65, and in less than 24 hours, sold it for $3.75, locking in a 41.5% profit. And she posted real time in the MTM community chat room, which you will have the same access to. Today, you are getting free 6 months of the MTM community chat room. You'll log in and get all your questions answered by me or our other coaches. But another huge sort of secret benefit is that the MTM community chat room is where our top money-making traders log in and post their trades live real time. Meet Borislav from Cologne, Germany. He says it's a system that works with a brilliant logic behind it. And this is what one of our student traders who joined us said in the chat room. Jason Fullen from Leander, Texas said, closed IBM for 85 cents or 124% profit. Opened the trade at 38 cents. And you know what? This was his first total earnings domination trade, a $1,000 winner on his first trade that he made with me and the other students in the live earnings trade class. So as a recap, first, you're going to get the Secrets to Trading Earnings Bootcamp video. We're going to get you up and running fast with the Total Earnings Domination Accelerator video course. You're going to have this completely mastered with the 4-part video masterclass, Earnings Trading Techniques from my 2 decades on the CBOE trading floor. You are going to literally watch me trade this live every day next week. And that is the ultimate hands-on training. If you're newer to options, you're going to watch the quick start videos first and have it down pat. And you will also get for 6 months access to what I think is the greatest trader community, notwithstanding Market Chameleon's trader community. ever created in an online chat room. Now, plus, oh yes. So that is a total value of $9,765. This is an all access premium package, including the bonuses for $9,765. But I want to make this a complete no-brainer, completely irresistible, so you can confidently, immediately join us right now. A million-mile journey begins with the first step, and this is that step. So go to markettaker.com/CHAM, short for chameleon, right now and get all this for a small, easy investment of just $497. 1, 2, 3, boom. That's market as in stock market, taker as in take what is rightfully yours, 2 T's in a row, markettaker.com/CHAM, and join us right now for a small, easy investment of just $497. That is a massive 94.9% off discount. And that is valid because this is the last day. That is only valid for the next 12 people to join us right now. Why would I give such a huge discount? Because earnings season has already begun. And I want you to be one of our 1,000 trader success stories that we strive to create this year. People who take action are the ones that can be great traders. When you see a great opportunity and fearlessly act on it. So to reward those of you who move forward, this 94.9% off is valid only for the first 12 traders to join us right now at markettaker.com/CHAM. And for those who join us right now, here's the big bonus. Action takers, you are going to get my proprietary spreadsheet that I created to track all my proprietary formula, to track all my trades with all my proprietary formulas on the sheet that helps me make these trades confidently in just a couple minutes. Now, I cannot open this bonus up to everyone. I can't, I won't. I can only invite a handful of traders because frankly, this is too valuable. This is a $1,750 value, but this is the best way I know to all but ensure your success. I take this very personally. You're investing in your success today. And by sharing my personal spreadsheet with you, so am I. I'm giving this spreadsheet to the traders who take action literally right now during this live training. 1, 2, 3, boom, go to markettaker.com/CHAM. And again, as a recap, when you go to markettaker.com/CHAM, first, you're going to get the keys to the kingdom, the secret to trading earnings bootcamp video. You're going to get up and running really fast with these 3 short accelerator videos. You're going to have this mastered when you go through the 4-part masterclass. Most importantly, you're going to get live hands-on training every day next week. I'll tell you more about that in a second. You'll also get the Options Impact Quick Start videos, the community chat room, and I'm going to give you my personal spreadsheet to track all the trades. Now, the earnings cycle that we are about to have is one of the most important in the entire history of the stock market. I really believe that. Because right now, more than ever, analysts are waiting to see what the earnings are to give guidance for the future. And that means traders can make more money than they ever have before. This process is starting right now. When you enroll today, you will have literally just enough time to get through the training of watching the boot camp video, the accelerator video course to get up and running right away, the master class to be ready for the first live class tomorrow. These are the 5 most important classes that you will attend this year, probably your entire trading career. This earnings season, it's the opportunity of a lifetime for those who choose to put that opportunity into action. So it's go time. For those who have been waiting for the right opportunity, there's an opportunity to change your life. Also, in the past, because earnings season is quarter by quarter, when someone joined, they got 3 months access. But I had some people tell me, but Dan, I have a commitment and I can't make all of the live earnings classes. Or Dan, I'm going to be out of town for part of earnings season. So I wanted to make sure that everyone who invests in the class was fully able to use this class and get the results that you expect. So my team and I decided that with the Total Earnings Domination All Access Premium package, we'd make the class available for a full 6 months. So as of today, you'll have plenty of time to get through all the material, and you get to attend the 5 live earnings trading sessions in January's Money Week 2. So those 5 hands-on training sessions, they're all 100% totally live. If you can't make it live, they're all recorded. In each of those classes, I will reveal the top earnings trades of the day, each of those days. And I'm going to prove that anyone can do this regardless of experience or account size. So here is my guarantee to you. I am actually trading these trades live with my own real money, so you can see exactly how it's done and follow along. In fact, I am using less than $10,000 in my account to show you that anyone can do it, regardless of account size. So right now is go time. Meet David Z from South Lake Tahoe, California. He said, close the last 5 at $1.41, total gain of $425 less commissions. The class has paid for itself. Thanks, Dan. Meet Russell K from Glendale, California. He says, I'm above an 80% win rate. Most of the others were maybe a 5% loss. Also meet Tyler M from Lexington, Tennessee. He said, I took Dan's MTM course about 7 years ago. He started me down the path that I'm on today. Now I'm a professional trader at a fund. Thanks, Dan. So look, if you're brand new to options, you're getting the options impact videos to get you started right away. If you're already very experienced, we can take you to that next and even final level. If you want results like Jill and Jason and David and Russell and all those guys, you know what to do, right? Go to markettaker.com/CHAM right now. And again, that is limited to the first 12 people. And I can see that we've had a good handful of people join us so far. Yes, sir.
Just confirming, just because someone on sorry, there is a delay on YouTube asked, can we? And I know your answer because it's been asked before, but I figured I because it was a question. Can we try it for a free 7 days and see it first?
No.
There you go. That's what I said in the chat. I know you've been asked that before, and so
yeah, because the thing is, it's not like a platform; it's knowledge. Like, I mean, like his question is, can I get all the knowledge and then decide to not pay you?
Yeah, I said don't confuse what Dan offers with Market Chameleon. Market Chameleon will offer a 7-day free trial, but Dan's he's opening on day 1. You're going in and seeing everything from Dan. So
yeah. Yeah, you're going to get the spreadsheet to keep for life. I can't take that back from you. So it's just because of the digital nature of this product, it would just be impossible to get a free trial.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Now, speaking of questions, one question that I get a lot is sometimes people say, man, I've got a small account. I can see that this is a great way to grow a small account into a bigger one. But maybe I have a hard time coming up with the $497. Yeah. Is there a way to finance that? And that answer is yes. We have a deal with PayPal to offer you both PayPal as a payment option and PayPal credit. So you can lock in total earnings domination today when you check out using PayPal and choose PayPal credit, and you can access that by going to marketticker.com/CHAM and just click the PayPal button to get started right now. If you get more questions from YouTube, fire away. In the meantime, I've got some frequently asked questions.
All right, go to the FAQs. No questions are popping up on YouTube, but there is a delay, so this may.
Yeah. Okay, so is this live or recorded? Both. I know you're busy. Not everyone can make it to all the live classes. You can attend the 5 live earnings trading classes I mentioned, but if that doesn't work for your schedule, it's okay. I will record them and you can watch them when it's convenient for you. So those of you who just joined us, you got a username and a password. If you don't see that in your email, go and check your junk or spam folder. It is there, I assure you. Next question is, how long do I have access to this class? Well, with the total earnings domination all access premium package, you will get an entire 6 months. And you will have plenty of time then to master the system. Is this time consuming? No, in fact, it will save you time so that you can spend it doing the things you love with friends and family. And it can save you years of struggle and foregone profits. Because look, you can spend years trying to figure this out on your own. This took me a good decade to develop. But right now is the hottest earnings season that you are likely to see in your lifetime. You'll be able to go through this simple course, not reinvent the wheel, and start seeing immediate results. How do I know I'll be able to do it? This comes with hands-on training. You will literally watch me do it as I explain to you every move I'm making. I'll show you in the live market exactly what to do with real money live trade setups. Now, the number one question that we get is there a limit on the number of students who can join? Yes, we have to limit the number allowed in the live component of this package, or else it gets out of hand with questions. So I want to give each of you my full attention. So we have to limit the number we let in. I have a small team committed to your students' success. If you're committed to doing your part, we will do ours. And therefore, today is limited. We can only take 12 more people, and it looks like we've got about 8 or 9 who have joined us so far. In fact, I'm going to welcome some of those folks in a second. Like I said, if you're committed to doing your part, we will do ours. In fact, let me just welcome really quick. Welcome and congratulations to Ted. Welcome and congratulations to Jose. Welcome and congratulations to Billy. Welcome and congratulations to Eileen. Welcome and congratulations to Brendan. Welcome and congratulations to Troy and to David. So great job moving forward, making this happen for yourself. Do we have any questions from YouTube at this point, Will?
June has asked something else. How many students find success in your program? I guess how many students have enrolled over the years? I mean, I know you and I have been doing this through earnings seasons for a couple years now. So just from Mark Chameleon, I know a lot of people have taken the course. And I actually sent a note. We had Sharif earlier said, I'm a huge fan of Dan. I asked for your help 2 years ago on Twitter, and your free unconditional support was priceless. So I know we've had positive commentary on the chat over the years. So I guess he's asking how many students have found success with your program.
Yeah, we've put literally hundreds through it. I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say 500, maybe, maybe more. And that's just total earnings domination. You know, not to mention the ones that have done one-on-one coaching with us and other things. So yeah, it is our most successful class, and it's amazing. The hands-on live training, like you're literally going to be trading live with me, right? So like I do every single thing that I like. Where else do you literally get hands-on training as a trader? Nowhere, unless you have a job on Wall Street or on LaSalle Street in Chicago. There's not hands-on training available anywhere. But we're literally getting in a group, because that's the best way that I know that you're going to get it, that you're going to understand exactly what to do.
Excellent. All right. Any other questions? Going once, going twice. Anything else for the community, Dan?
No, just, hey, I'm super honored to be here helping out, investing my Sunday in you, and you investing your Sunday in you. And I just think it's great that you're here and you're attending, and I just love it.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome job, Dan. I appreciate the shout out earlier about the community. You mentioned the Market Chameleon community, but we don't have an online community. So your online community is one of the great ones for sure. Awesome, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Will. Thanks for having me.
All right, everyone. You have a great evening. Dimitri and I have a show every morning, 9 to 9:30 pre-market show. Check us out on YouTube live. Great job, Dan. We'll see you next earnings season. Thanks so much, my friend.
All right.